Y'all gotta be holding y'all officials accountable, because apparently there's billions with a B, that are not unaccounted for, but unsupported. What's going on YouTube? It's your host Bruce GNT, and we're here to talk about auditors going over, like, I guess different departments within Baltimore and seeing where all the money is going, and they're saying, okay, you know what? We have millions here, millions here, and apparently we don't know how it's being, like, appropriated. You know, not saying people taking it, but something weird and funky is going on here. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right in.
Tonight, we're following renewed concerns over how your elected leaders keep track of your tax dollars at both the city and state level.
Spotlight on Maryland is investigating who oversees money given to nonprofits in Baltimore, and we're also looking into how state agencies allocated nearly $3.5 billion without ensuring the money was actually going to come through.
When you start wasting federal dollars, it gives the Trump administration the perfect excuse to say, we'll send you less of them the next time.
The Spotlight on Maryland's Patrick Hoff is standing by with an update on his nonprofit investigation. But our team coverage begins with Fox 45's Jeff Abel and concerns about the state receiving money in the future. Jeff?
Well, the discovery of billions of dollars in unsupported federal funds is raising questions about the state's handling of these funds and the impact it could have on the budget down the road. For many lawmakers, the discovery of billions of undocumented dollars is a jarring reminder of a state in financial despair.
It's money that the state counted on to balance the budget that may never materialize.
In a year-end review of 8 different state agencies, auditors with Maryland's Office of Legislative Audits found billions of federal funds which had not properly been recorded. In some cases, agencies were spending federal funds before they had ever even arrived. At Maryland's Department of Health, auditors found $425 million in unsupported funds. At the Department of Human Services, there was $1.3 billion, $176 million at the Department of Education, $660 million at the State Highway Administration, $755 million at the Maryland Transit Administration, $86 million at the Department of Emergency Management, and $63 million at the Labor Department. In all, auditors uncovered $3.42 billion, mostly federal funds, which could not be supported by state documents.
The people of Baltimore, how do you feel about this? For real, like, I honestly want to know. Almost $3.5 billion that are just undocumented, unsupported. They don't know where it's going. They don't know where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like, does no one hear that and go, you know what? We should pay attention more and see what's going on. All that money in all those different departments, and I guarantee you, all those departments are not tip-top shape. 8 different organizations. 8. Come on now. And to address what that guy said earlier, where he was basically saying it gives the Trump administration an excuse to not give more money. It would give any administration the excuse not to give more money, because if you're misappropriating funds, if you're not using the money wisely and you're spending money that you don't have, why would the federal government keep giving you more money? Any administration would look at that and go, wait, that's not a smart plan. And anybody that deals with economics, money in any way, shape, or form would tell you, hey, look, we have an entity that we're supporting and we're just giving them money and they're using it poorly. So we're going to cut back on that. Instead of saying, you know, the Trump administration is going to have an excuse to not give you more money, he could have said, hey, we need to find a way to lock this down so we're not just wasting taxpayer money. That's what federal funds is, taxpayer money. That's not what he said. It's like, well, this is going to give an excuse to not give more money. Maybe you shouldn't have it then.
In their report, auditors wrote, to the extent that these unsupported revenue entries are uncollectible, they may represent deficit balances that require state general funds or other state funds to resolve. Political scientist John Deedy says this is not the message the federal government needed to hear.
This is a perfect excuse for them to look at things and say, we're going to send you less money because you don't have your financial act together. Even though the feds waste money at times, it doesn't matter in this situation.
We have a
I hate when people say that. Well, they're doing bad over here. Look, it's different for the Fed. I'm not saying that they're justified. I'm not saying that they're right. And we all know the federal government wastes money. It's one thing for the federal government to be wasting money. They're not asking states for money. The states are asking the federal government for money, saying, hey, look, we need help. And then getting pissed when they don't get it. And then when the federal government has stuff like this, say, hey, I get that you asked for this much, but you're kind of fucking up what you have over here. So I don't think I'm going to give you more. It's like having a kid, right? If I'm giving you an allowance of like $100 a week, and I come to find out that you're spending way more than that somehow, some way, and you're like, well, I want to ask for more. I'm not giving you more because you show that you're irresponsible with it. I'm gonna cut back and show you how to actually use the money. Am I bugging? Am I crazy here?
That seems to be completely disengaged with respect to governing.
After a string of stinging audits were released earlier this year, the governor promised change at state agencies.
The directive that I have to my agency heads, the directive I have to my cabinet secretaries is, I don't care, fix them.
In a statement released tonight, a spokeswoman for the governor writes, this administration takes the stewardship of federal funding with the utmost seriousness, and our agencies follow all federal guidance on the use of federal funds. While many of these findings span years prior to this administration, Governor Moore has been crystal clear that we are acting without delay to address structural issues within this state's longstanding accounting processes and ensure every single dollar is managed responsibly. But political scientist John Deedy says that may not go far enough.
I hate when they try to make it say, well, that wasn't us. Look, I said it once, I'm going to continue saying it. We have built up a culture within our government, whether it's small government or not, of being crookish. That's the reality of it. I'm not saying that people here are stealing money. I mean, maybe. But, you know, what I am saying is that this has been built up over the course of years. This didn't just happen. This didn't just end in like that. Like, him making it seem, well, this happened way before his administration. Yeah, I'm guaranteeing you it's continuing now. Because it didn't just get to your administration, then, like, it stopped. No, it's like a spigot. You turned it on, and you try to close it a little bit, but then the water's still kind of running. It's the same thing. It's going on right now. We've built this up within our culture, within our government culture, to kind of just have people just flowing money in different places, spending money that they don't have. And because we don't have, you know, audits on a regular basis, especially when it comes to small government or big government, just government in general, people have been getting away with it. So now that people are holding their feet to the fire, they're kind of just going, oh, well, yeah, no, this doesn't happen that often. Or, you know what? We're trying to be as transparent as possible. I don't think so. I disagree.
Head has to roll. An example has to be made. Because if you get rid of one person in one of these agencies, everybody else says, okay, now we really got to get our act together because I don't want to be the second one to lose my job.
Well, an outside accounting firm has now been called in to examine the accounting practices at state agencies and the impact all of this could have on the state budget. We're live tonight. Jeff Abel.
Yeah, it's going to mess up their budget because if they have a whole bunch of money that's just unsupported, that's undocumented, and wherever it's flowing, it's just flowing, that's going to skew the budget a little bit because now your budget is going to be operating in a sense of understanding or thinking that the amount of money that you were trying to spend that you didn't have is the norm, and it's not the norm. So I don't know what Baltimore going to do. Also, look, if this was a case of past administrations, everything like that, sure, I get it. I'm interested in what's going on now. Because I'm going to tell you what, I guarantee you it's probably worse. And like I said, y'all Baltimore residents, this is y'all money. They playing with y'all money. They playing in your face too. You know, but do what y'all want to do. Also, another thing that he said that kind of like, when people see a head roll because something unscrupulous is happening or because something, you know, ill business practices, whatever you want to call it, they don't all of a sudden just go, oh, I got straightened up. No. This has been going on for years. They're not all of a sudden just going to like cold turkey. That's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is that people are going to find a way to pull back and hide it more and hide it better. Essentially, that's what they're going to do. They're going to find ways to do it in a more sneaky way because it's been going on for so long now. The water has been running. We left the faucet on. So now you're not going to have people just go turn it off. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to be like, no. His head rolled because he was doing something stupid. I'm going to come back and I'm going to do something smarter than what he did so my head doesn't roll. Trust me, that's exactly what happened. They're not all of a sudden just going to like start straightening up. No, this has been going on for years at this point. They had the opportunity to straighten up. They didn't want to because allegedly, and maybe not, people were getting paid. Let me tell you something. You don't have billions of dollars just like up and disappearing, going undocumented, and people not getting paid. Come on now. Like, I'm slow, but I'm not stupid. Well, you guys already know the drill. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Comment down below. Tell me your thoughts. And the people that live in Baltimore, how is it right there, on ground zero? Like, what goes on? Like, how does the city look? Because if all this money is flowing, you would think that there'd be improvements. Like, Baltimore would be like a shining example of how most cities should be. I can't speak on it because I've never been there, but, let me know down in the comments below because they're very interesting. That's a lot of money. $3.5 billion? Oof. Nothing to sneeze at. Well, that's it for now. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.